Morning YouTube, and welcome to the channel. Today we're somewhere a bit more popular than last week, so the paths should be, well, I know they will be better because I've been here plenty of times. We parked at Mardale Head, and today's route we're going to go up to Nanfield Pass and Mardale Hill Bell, High Street, over to Kidsty Pike, and on the way back down from Kidsty Pike we're going to deviate off over to Castle Crag and then back to the car park. So let's have a quick look at today's route. See, the fells are looking particularly nice this morning. It is forecast to cloud over going into the afternoon, but hopefully we should be done and finished by then. And if we look round behind us, you can see Haweswater, which is looking rather healthier than it was last time we were looking down on it. So we'll make our way up Nanfield Pass. There's the streams flowing out of Blue Water and Small Water. Here we are at Small Water, and it was quite a pleasant little climb up there, nothing too taxing, some nice waterfalls on the way up. So we cross over the stream here Then we head off to the col of Nanfield Pass, then over to Mardale Bell. I've just seen 3 people and a couple of dogs leave here, but apart from that, it's nice and peaceful. So we'll carry on up to Nanfield Pass. We've arrived at the old shepherd's shelters at the bottom of Nanfield Pass. And if we look over to our left, over small water, there's hardly a ripple on it. Waters look very dark, but there's some great reflections. We head on for the major ascent of the day, up there to the col at the top of Nanfield Pass. And we turn right over to Mardale Bell. We're about halfway up the second section of Nanfield Pass, between small water and the col at the top. And I can't believe how peaceful it is. We've seen 3 people go on ahead of us, and there's not another soul around. All you can hear is the streams. It's absolutely delightful. There is a bit of mist starting to roll in, but the forecast did say that it might linger a bit in the eastern fells. So anyway, it's a grand day anyway. So we'll crack on up to the top of Nanfield Pass. We're just above the col at the top of Nanfield Pass. We managed to veer off the path somehow just near the top there. That's the summit shelter behind us. And then if we swivel round without falling over, we'll look down to Kentmere Reservoir. So we carry on and we go up there, up to Mardale Bell. Great view looking over Kentmere Reservoir to my favourite little triplet of hills, Frosick, Hillbell and Yoke. I think they're a delightful little set of 3 hills then. Except if you're doing them at the end of the Kentmere Horseshoe, like I did, then they're a bit of a pain. We've reached the top of Mardale Bell, and unfortunately we're clagged in. Like I said earlier, it was forecast to linger a bit in the eastern fells, but I hope it clears by the time we get to Kidsty Pike. The view down Riggindale from there, it's my favourite view in the Lake District. It's where I first fell in love with the Lake District, Riggindale, when they used to have golden eagles breeding here. I used to do voluntary work for the RSPB, and I'd come up there for at least 1 week every year. I did it for 10 years, and there was a temporary viewing point set up in the valley. We'd do like 48-hour shifts, 2 of us at a time. Oh, it was great. I used to love that. So I hope we do get a view when we get to Kidsty Pike. But for now, our next objective is High Street, and I'm expecting it to get a bit busy up there. So anyway, we'll crack on. So we've stopped for a coffee just below the trig pillar on High Street. A couple of people up there at the moment, but it's nowhere near as busy as I thought it might be. But we're still in the Clag. There is the odd patch of blue threatening to appear, so we may be lucky. We may get a view by the time we get to Kidsty Pike. We've just got to get over High Street from here, then Rampskill Head and on to Kidsty Pike. So we're in no rush. I tell you what, it's great not to be rushing. We're just dawdling along. We've no boat to catch, we've no appointments to be back for, we've no grocery delivery to be back for. I'm not rushing because I'm sick of being in peat bog. And despite the Clag, it's a pleasant day. Really enjoying it. Nowhere near as busy as I thought it would be up here. So let's hope that continues. So we'll finish our coffee and then we'll get on up to Rampskill Head, and hopefully by the time we get to Kidsty Pike, the Clag will have cleared, so we get my favourite view in the Lake District. See you in a bit. The cloud is blowing through now, which is great. Over there you can see Kidsty Pike, and you can just see Rampskill Head coming into view as well. So let's hope that this cloud stays away for when we get to the top of Kidsty Pike for the view down to Riggindale. The views are really coming out to play now. We can see down there to Hazewater and beyond, and I'm not sure of the names of all those, but I think in the distance there, I think that might be Helm Crag. But we're not far now from Rampskill Head up there, and then you can just see Kidsty Pike. So we'll carry on. It's glorious now. So this is almost the view I was hoping we would get. This is looking down Riggindale, where I fell in love with the Lake District, and I hope you can see why. It's absolutely stunning. That's Kidsty Pike over there, and then if we come back this way, we look over Branstree and over Rough Crag, and then just in the cloud still over there, that's Heart of Fell, and then Longstyle, and the summit of High Street is just behind that ridge. I absolutely love this place. It's absolutely stunning. So we'll carry on our way. We're going to go over Rampskill Head, and then when we get to Kidsty Pike, we're going to drop down for some lunch there. And then we head off down that ridge, and just where you can see those outcrops there, we veer off to the left, and then we're going to take in Castle Crag on the way back, and then down to where those trees are, and then just follow pretty much the banks of the reservoir back to the car. So we'll crack on. So we're making our way up to Rampskill Head, and if we look round to our left, you can see back down over the Nab there, and then right over to Place Fell, where we were last week. And there's the Northern Fells, Skidder, Blencathra in the clouds. Oh, it's stunning. Why would you not want to be here? Looking back over, that's the Knot, and that'll be, I think, St Sunday Crag and Fairfield over there in the clouds. So we'll carry on up to Rampskill Head and Kidsty Pike, and then we'll see about some lunch, I think. We're approaching Kidsty Pike now, and I don't know if you could see over there, there's a right line of people coming down Longstyle off High Street. So it's getting a bit busier now. There's a couple of people just in front of us approaching Kidsty Pike. We'll just get up to the top and then get somewhere out of the wind, which is picking up now, and have our lunch. So we'll see you in a bit. This is the Kidsty Pike view I was talking about. Just a bit of a shame High Street is in the cloud there, but it's absolutely stunning view up here, looking over to Heart of Fell, then Brand Street, and then down to Haweswater. Absolutely glorious. So we're going to find somewhere for lunch now, and then we'll start heading off down. We've had lunch and we've dropped down off Kidsty Pike, and we're just approaching Kidsty House now, which is where we branch off the main track and head over towards Castle Crag. I can't remember why I added that on. It must be something, must be a Birkett or a, I don't know. So we head off over towards Castle Crag anyway, off the main track that goes straight down to Haweswater. So here we are, we branch off here. So probably see you when we get to Castle Crag. We've dropped down behind Kidsty House, and our next objective is up there, Castle Crag. But first of all, we've got to get over this. And how we do that, I'm not quite sure. So wish me luck, and we'll hopefully see you on the other side. We've made it onto Castle Crag, and we're still fairly dry, which was good. It wasn't too bad really, just finding a spot. And it's glorious up here. It's lovely and peaceful. You can see behind me Haweswater, and we'll just spin round. There's lovely autumnal colours all around. Absolutely glorious. Got the place to ourselves. So from here it's just a matter of making our way back down to the shores of the reservoir and then back to the car. So we'll see you a bit later to sign off. I was just thinking up on Castle Crag that it'd be a good place to camp, and then I went flying over half a blooming broken tent pole that somebody had left sticking out at ground. Some people haven't obviously heard of Leave No Trace. Anyway, it'll come in as a pointer. So remember I said I used to volunteer for the RSPB here when they had golden eagles breeding. It's where I fell in love with the Lake District. Well, the eagles used to nest these crags up here, and then where we used to put our temporary hut with some overnight accommodation and a viewing site was just there. I used to love it. I used to love it staying out overnight there. So anyway, we'll carry on back down the hill and round the banks of the reservoir, and we'll sign off in a bit. This is the barn where we used to store all the pieces of the temporary hut that we used up the valley. It was like doing an IKEA flat pack halfway up a mountain. It took some doing. We've got lovely views looking back up Riggindale now. Some nice light on the hills. It's turned into a lovely afternoon. And I can't believe how quiet it is. There's hardly any people here at all. So we're just going to have a wander back. Like I said earlier, there's no rush today. And it's a lovely day to be out. So we're just going to amble our way slowly back down to the reservoir banks. So we'll see you in a bit. We're almost back at the car now, so I'm going to sign off. Probably see the car park behind us. I think today has been, since I started recording my walks, it's been the best one yet. I've absolutely loved it. apart from the, what was it, 45 minutes when we had a bit of clag, it's just been stunning. It's been absolutely glorious, and nowhere near as busy as I was expecting it to be. As you can probably tell from the state of the car park behind us, it's heaving. So I promised I'd give a shout out to a mate of mine on this one, so hi Lisa, and don't worry, Christmas cake's been made tomorrow. Over this stile here I've got a picture of an adder curled up on a stone just the other side of there from many years ago. If I can dig it out, I'll try and stick it up here somewhere. So anyway, if you've liked the video, please do the liking, subscribing, sharing, all that malarkey, and hopefully we'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.